So how is it now? Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We'll give that a try so it doesn't fall off. Okay. Oops. Yes, again, it's really dark. How do, I don't know what to do about that. That's better, actually. I mean, it's a little better. So. But anyway, to do. It's very difficult.
No?
It's a little better. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Jana Balarama Girivaradhare Gopi Jana Balarama Girivaradhare Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Anachare Yamuna Tira Anachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Gopi Jana Balarama Girivaradhare Gopi Jana Balarama Girivaradhare Yashodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana Yamunatira Vanachare Yamunatira Vanachare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihare Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada, Jai Prabhupada. Javishvad Paramahams Parivrajacharya Studies Shismad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki ISKCON's Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Shri Shri Radha Radhanath Ki Shri Giri Govardhan Ki Shri Caitanya Mahaprabhu Ki Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Ki Shri Baladev Ji Ki The Appearance Day of Lord Balaram Ki Go Premanande. All glories to their Sama devotees. All glories to their Sama devotees. All glories to their Sama devotees. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Oops. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Devotees, as we all know very well, today is the glorious, most auspicious and wonderful appearance day of Lord Balaram. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Ki. And therefore let us say some words about Lord Balaram. We are fasting today until sometime Until when is it? Is it midday or evening? Midday? It's midday with us until midday, Jesse. Yes. Very good. So anyway, now, first of all, let us read a verse or two in which the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, glorifies Lord Balaram. Yes, that's very nice. I'm going to read actually from the 15th chapter of the 10th canto, which is actually the story of Lord Balaram killing Dhenukasura. But there's some just very nice, very beautiful glorifications of Lord Balaram there, spoken by Lord Krishna. So I'll just read a couple. 10th canto, chapter 15, and I'll read verse 5, and I'll read one or two or whatever verses further also. They're just nice glorifications of Lord Balaram by Lord Krishna himself. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Ahoami Deva Vara Marachitam Padambajam Te Samuna Palaranam Samanchupadaya Shikabir Atmanas Tamo Pahatyai Tarujanma Yatkritam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, said, O greatest of lords, just see how these trees are bowing their heads at your lotus feet, which are worshipable by the immortal demigods. The trees are offering you their fruits and flowers to eradicate the dark ignorance that has caused their birth as trees. Excuse me if I just get my hat. We experience cold and then heat. Yes, so this is Krishna glorifying Lord Balaram. They're just entering or about to enter the Talavan forest, where Lord Balaram will confront Dhenukasura. And Lord Krishna is appreciating the wonderful, wonderful nature of Lord Balaram. Very beautiful nature. And how there in Vrindavan, everyone's appreciating Balaram. I'm going to read on another verse or two. Etelianastava yashokila lokatirtam Gayanta adi purushanu patam bhajante Prayo ami munigana bhavadiya mukya Gudam vani pana jahatyanagat madaivam. O original personality, these bees must all be great sages and most elevated devotees of yours, for they are worshipping you by following you along the path and chanting your glories, which are themselves a holy place for the entire world. Although you have disguised yourself within this forest, O sinless one, they refuse to abandon you, their worshipable Lord. So nice. And I'm going to skip one and read verse 8. Dan yeyam adya darani trinavirludas twat padas prishodrumalata karajabirimshta nadyo draya kagamriga sadaya valokyair gopyon terena bujayor apiyat spriha sri. The earth, this earth, has now become most fortunate. because you have touched her grass and bushes with your feet, and her trees and creepers with your fingernails, and because you've graced her rivers, mountains, birds, and animals with your merciful glances. But above all, you have embraced the young cowherd women between your two arms, a favor hankered after by the goddess of fortune herself. Such beautiful glorification of Lord Balarama by Lord Krishna himself. So, Lord Balarama is the first expansion of Lord Krishna. Let us just say that, first of all. Here's the first expansion. Basically, the only difference is one of color. Basically. There are finer points too. Krishna has his group of gopis. Lord Balaram has his group. Lord Balaram's, as Srimati Radharani is to Lord Krishna, Purnananda is her name, is to Lord Balaram in his conjugal pastimes. But essentially there's no difference. The only, not significant, but really noticeable difference is the difference of color. Krishna being blackish. Talk about Black Lives Matter. Anyway, maybe we shouldn't even say such things. Sure. But, yeah, Krishna's black, blackish blue. And Lord Balaram is white, as white as a sheet. Not sort of, anyway, just white, truly white. Yes. But otherwise, they're essentially the same personality, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But as we said, there are subtle differences. There's this difference of color. Then there's a difference in mood or attitude. Srila Jiva Goswami explains in Sankalpa Kalpa Druma, which we mentioned, anyway, just a couple of days ago perhaps. He mentions that if you ask Lord Krishna, who is God, Krishna with this finger, that one, the famous pointing finger, he points at himself, not at me, but himself, and he says, me. But if you ask Lord Balaram who is God, he says, Krishna. This is a difference in mood. This is a difference in mood. Lord Balaram sees himself as a devotee. And there are situations where he manifests himself as God. And he has all those potencies. His position is not unknown to him. But his preference is, his choice, because of the experience, is better to be a devotee. And so if you ask him, who are you? Then he says, I'm a devotee of Krishna. Yeah. So Krishna says, you ask, who are you? He says, I'm God. Or if you ask Krishna, who's God? He says, me. If you ask Balaram, he says, Krishna. If you ask Balaram, well, who are you then? He says, I'm a devotee of Krishna. This is his mood. And therefore, his prime activity is facilitating Krishna's pleasure in many different ways. This is described here and there. For example, he is there, of course, with Lord Krishna in Goloka Vrindavan, in Gokula, right in the heart of Goloka Vrindavan. And the description is that he expands himself into many forms within Goloka Vrindavan, many forms within Goloka Vrindavan, and then he expands himself by his energy to be the support of Goloka Vrindavan. So Goloka Vrindavan is always stable, everything is going on nicely. Like this. So Lord Balaram, in that sense, is not different from Goloka Vrindavan. Then he expands himself within Goloka Vrindavan as the first quadruple expansion. Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Sankarshan. Actually, it is that Sankarshan form, expansion of Lord Balaram, who is mainly supporting Goloka Vrindavan. But that's Balaram. Then he expands as the Vaikuntha realm, all the Vaikuntha planets, which are the homes of Krishna in his four-armed Narayan forms. So everything there is being held in place, and everything is working by Lord Balaram's arrangement. And then he expands himself again as a second set of quadruple incarnations, also called Vasudeva, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, and Sankarshan. But that Sankarshan is known as Maha-Sankarshan. And that is most specifically the expansion, first expansion of Balaram in Vaikuntha. Then he serves as Anantashesh. Anantashesh is supporting the spiritual world, all the spiritual planets. He's supporting all the planets in the material world. They're all balanced on his head. Heads, thousands of heads. And with his thousands of mouths, he's endlessly glorifying Krishna and Krishna's pastimes. And the description is that he's with his thousands of mouths, each mouth is reciting a different Leela simultaneously. But he has never repeated the same Leela, ever. Oh, this is beyond inconceivable, of course. It's just another dimension. Then he expands in so many personal forms. Wherever Krishna appears, Balaram appears with him. So when Krishna appeared as Ram, then Balaram appeared as Lakshmana. When Krishna appeared as Lord Caitanya, Balaram appeared as Lord Nityananda. Just when Krishna was about to appear 5,000 years ago, then Balaram first entered the womb of Devaki, where Krishna was shortly going to enter and stay for a while until he stepped out to perform his pastimes. But Balaram first, his natural mother, so to speak, is Rohini. Before he entered her womb, he entered the womb of Devaki. This is described in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, just to make sure that everything was nicely arranged in her womb for Krishna. This is Balaram. This is Balaram. He's always serving. And he appears in all the rasas. He himself is in the friendly and parental rasas. He appears in the conjugal rasa as a Nanga Manjari, the younger sister of Srimati Radharani. Yes, so that Jiva Goswami says, there is nothing which he does not do for Krishna as a servant. And there in Goloka, Lord Balaram appears as Krishna's bed, his fan, his house, his umbrella, his clothes, his ornaments, his chair, his sitting place, his throne, his sandals, his pillow, and many other objects. There's even a famous pastime, which there's a famous picture of. I'm sure you've seen it before. Lord Krishna, little Lord Krishna, a very young boy, is lying on a leaf, a big banyan leaf, which is floating on some water. And Krishna's sucking his toe. Have you seen that? You must find it and see it. You've seen that, haven't you? You've seen that? It's a pretty famous image. And Krishna was sucking one of his big toes. And Jiva Goswami describes how one devotee approached Krishna at that time and said, "Why are you sucking your toe?" And Krishna replied, "Because I've heard so many of my devotees say that my lotus feet are very sweet, and I wanted to find out, is it true? What is this? So therefore I'm sucking my toe. And I can tell you," Krishna told the devotee, "that my lotus foot is very sweet." So Krishna floated away on that banyan leaf, continuing to suck his toe. So Srila Jiva Goswami describes the banyan leaf is a form of Lord Balaram. It's Lord Balaram, because he's always facilitating Krishna. When Krishna goes into battle, sometimes Krishna fights. When Krishna goes into battle, all of his transcendental weapons, at least the great majority, are forms of Balaram. So like Jiva Goswami said, there is nothing that he doesn't do. In this world, when he expands into the material world, he comes as Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu is a form of Balaram. From Mahavishnu, he expands as Garbhodakshay Vishnu. From Garbhodakshay Vishnu, he expands as Kshirodakshay Vishnu. And he is within the heart of each one of us right now. Right at this very moment, Lord Balaram, in the form of Kshirodakshay Vishnu, is within our hearts, managing us. And he's wondering, what are these devotees going to do today? There's no big special program. What are they going to do? What service are they going to do? So yes, Balaram, there's no service that he does not do. In Srimad Bhagavatam, at least, there are a number of pastimes in which Lord Balaram features most prominently. And like, for example, first one is the killing of Dhenukasura. We just read 3 verses of Krishna glorifying Lord Balaram at the beginning of that pastime, just before it really starts. Then next is the killing of Pralambasura. Then there is the killing, what now? What's next? Is it? Anyway, I think it's the killing of Rukmi in the Dwaraka pastimes. Oh, no, sorry. Next is actually, it's the killing of Rukmi, the brother of Rukmini. Then Lord Balaram goes back and visits Vrindavan again to pacify the Brijbasis, particularly the gopis. Then there's the pastime of Lord Balaram ploughing the Yamuna. Yes, ploughing the Yamuna to bring the Yamuna closer to him. When one evening he was with his gopis by the Yamuna, and he wanted the Yamuna to come closer, she wouldn't come, so he dragged her closer with his plow. Then there is the killing of Dvivida gorilla. Oh, quite a spectacular pastime. Then there's the pastime of dragging Hastinapur almost into the Yamuna. Then there's the killing of Romahashana Sutta. These, as I recall, from Srimad Bhagavatam at least, these are the main pastimes of Lord Balaram. So, he's a very special person. And as Krishna has different names, Lord Balaram has different names and activities. One of his names, which we may possibly not be so well aware of, is Kali Malapaha. Kali Malapaha. He, Lord Balaram, is the person who purifies Kali Yuga in different ways. In different ways, particularly perhaps this Lord Nityananda. But that's one of his names. So, Balaram also is known as the original spiritual master. Let us read a brief excerpt from Srila Prabhupada's Krishna book, chapter 2, in which Srila Prabhupada talks about that. In the Upanishads it's stated, Nayam Atma Bala Hinena Labhya. The purport is that one cannot attain the supreme platform of self-realization without being sufficiently favored by Balaram. Bala does not mean physical strength. No one can attain spiritual perfection by physical strength. One must have the spiritual strength that is infused by Balaram or Sankarshan, Ananta or Shesha. They're all forms of Balaram. So one must have that spiritual strength, which is the power that sustains all the planets in their different positions. Materially, this sustaining power is known as the law of gravitation, but actually it's a display of the potency of Sankarshan, Balaram, of Sankarshan. Balaram or Sankarshan is spiritual power, or the original spiritual master. Therefore, Lord Nityananda Prabhu, who is also the incarnation of Balaram, is the original spiritual master. and the spiritual master is the representative of Balaram, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who supplies spiritual strength. In the Caitanya Charitamrita, it is confirmed that the spiritual master is the manifestation of the mercy of Krishna. So these are some nice sort of foundational points about Lord Balaram. We assume there's only approximately 2 minutes left, so we're not exactly sure what to do. I could tell one little pastime. Excuse me. I could explain the pastime. It's going to open, is it? Just now. I could briefly explain the pastime. One very nice pastime, I'm very fond of that pastime. It's the pastime in which Lord Balaram well, actually, a few minutes? Let me just very briefly then explain from Brihad Bhagavatamrita, such an amazing description, among many amazing descriptions, of Lord Balaram participating in the Kaliya Damana Leela. Lord Krishna pacifying the Kaliya serpent. So on that day, that pastime happened on Balaram's appearance day. On that day, he was at home having a birthday party with his mother. And one elderly devotee came running in, returning from the Yamuna, where Krishna had been captured, apparently by Kaliya. And he raised the alert, the alarm, that Krishna is in great danger, you must come. So everyone went running down to the Yamuna. Balaram, of course, understood what was going on. So he tried to stop everyone. It's all right, don't worry, he'll be okay, something like that. But they wouldn't listen to him. And they all ran to the Yamuna. And Balaram ran down there also. And he saw that there's Krishna, apparently captured in the coils of Kaliya. And then he saw that the bridge buses were just becoming too overwhelmed by the whole situation and seeing Krishna like that. So they were actually, one by one, they started entering the Yamuna to try to be with Krishna. But the Yamuna was poisonous, so Balaram was trying to stop them. Sometimes physically, sometimes by calling out, sometimes just by glancing at them in some sort of way. And so they were stopping. But gradually they came to the point where they were not stopping, and they were actually entering the Yamuna. And Balaram could see, I cannot stop them any further. So then Balaram called out to Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Mahabaho. Oh my dear Krishna, very powerful Krishna. You must stop this pastime. Just see the bridge buses. Even though they have spiritual bodies, They're all about to die. So stop this pastime. Otherwise, your gentle heart will become filled with grief. And on Balaram's instruction or advice, Lord Krishna stopped that pastime, and he broke free from Kaliya, and then jumped up and started dancing on his heads. But it's such a beautiful thing. Lord Balaram taking the role of instructing Krishna in his pastimes in very sweet ways for the benefit of everyone. This is Lord Balaram. This is Lord Balaram, the elder brother in the mood of service. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Ke. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Ke. Shri Baladev Ji Ke. Oh well, should we carry on? Oh, okay. All right, so here we go. The appearance day of Lord Balaram Ki.
Jai.
The appearance day of Lord Balaram Ki.
Jai.
Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Ki.
Jai.
Go Premanande.
Hari Hari Bol.
Shri Radha Radhanath Ki.
Jai.
Shri Giri Govardhan Ki.
Jai.
Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Ki.
Jai.
Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Kamaham Bhajami Taksham Bharavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Agom Vikamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakalen Kriya Priti Manti Pasyanti Panti Kayanti Jiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamine